What's good, guys? Welcome to today's episode. It's late at night, it's almost 1 a.m. Kind of want to talk to you guys about my day today. Kind of been doing like some recaps of today. We woke up early, we were able to get a lot of work done, just delivering Instacart orders, DoorDash orders, Uber Eats orders pretty much all day. Came back home for a little bit to get some grub, but we did have a little incident go down. Nothing too crazy, nothing too crazy, but I went to go pick up this Instacart order. It was pretty good order, and then I went to go drop it off, and they needed some identification because they got some medicine. So if you order medicine on Instacart, you have to verify some identification. So I dropped off the order, looked at my phone. It's like, oh, you need an ID. So I had to go chase this guy down to be like, hey man, you need ID, and he's like, bro, I ain't got ID on me. I was like, ah, okay. So I'm like, I can't complete the order if we don't have identification. He's like, I already paid for it. Just go away. I was like, oh no, nah, son. And the energy was, it was off from there. So I'm like, okay, how can we use our jujitsu powers to kind of control the situation and make sure it kind of we're able to direct it our way. So we're able to kind of have some communication. I guess he ended up going to get his ID from somewhere else. He thought I was following him. He was just taking out some trash. I'm like, oh, I thought we are just going to his apartment to get the ID. That was not the case. But long story short, we got the ID, we finished the order, but we did kind of use some of the. I don't know. I felt out the energy a little bit. It was kind of maybe it was a little combative. Maybe I came off a little aggressive. I don't know, but I do feel like that was a valuable lesson that I learned, and I wanted to talk to you guys about just because I was getting ready to go to bed. I was like, oh, it's a long day. I'll have a video about us training. We'll talk about some like UFC stuff since there's no UFC events. But something, told me, I'm like, hey man, I got to record every day. I got to document everything what we got going on, and we're still, delivering food, um, DoorDash, Uber Eats, all that stuff. And there is kind of stuff that like that does happen. It doesn't happen often, but I didn't know if I was gonna have to bust out some jujitsu today, just because I'm like, man, if this guy swings on me, I don't know if this dude has a weapon. I don't know. I don't want to be put in those situations. So it's like, hey man, it is what it is. But at the same time, we kind of figured that out. So besides that, did some Christmas shopping. Everybody seemed like they were doing the same thing. Stores are super packed. Freaking roads are packed. So once I got back to the crib, sat down, and we're just gonna relax for a little bit today. Just rest up. I'm gonna stretch, maybe watch a UFC fight or watch some highlights or something. We just finished The Art of Learning by Josh Waitzkin. Excellent book. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's awesome. It's about this guy who was this child chess prodigy. He was the main guy on the movie. I believe there was a movie and a book called Searching for Bobby Fischer, searching for this chess prodigy, and it's on this guy Josh Waitzkin, and he talks about his development from early childhood once he discovered chess, and then it went to Tai Chi, competitive push hands competitions, and he was able to kind of explain all the intricate things that were in chess and in Tai Chi, and then later in his life, after he won the push hands competition, he was able to do some Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Now that's currently what we're doing, and I felt like there was a lot of valuable insight in that book, not just from chess or Tai Chi or Jiu Jitsu, but just learning in general, kind of complementing, uh, you know, complementing one art to another, and kind of seeing the similarities between arts and everything else. It's like even um, me talking to you right now, there's kind of like a fluidity and there's an art to speaking on camera and making a YouTube video and leading into kind of a story and having emotion with it. And I really appreciate people who are able to express kind of the things that go inside the mind, and then express it very well for other people to listen to and kind of work from there, because I enjoy hearing different thoughts and ideas, so I apply them myself, and then I see how they work for me, and maybe they could work out for you as well. So I would check that out if you guys had the chance. The Art of Learning. There's also like a podcast episode. If you guys get the Audible version, at the end of the episode there's like a little podcast thing, super good. That's what I was listening to for probably 6 to 7 hours. um, Besides that, one more issue is that I'm having is that I'm listening to way too many podcasts. I'll listen to like I think I was listening to Dustin Poirier and Theo Vaughn, and I was listening to Joe Rogan, Eddie Bravo, and I was listening to this other one, and I was kind of switching back and forth. I had one on Spotify, I had one on YouTube, had one somewhere else, and it's like I'm getting flooded with this information. There's so much information, and I'm not kind of focused. Kind of like my brain's just misfiring all the time. So I had to cut out all these podcasts and be able to listen to the Art of Learning book. That was the other one that was hanging out over there. So that's what I was focusing on today, just cutting out other things and staying focused on one kind of input. That's kind of helped me digest things for now, kind of just understanding things a little bit more. Sometimes I get bored. Sometimes they're talking about a subject I'm really not too uh, excited about, so I'm not very engaged, so I hop from one thing to the next. But that's also something that's caused me many issues, is just hopping from one thing to the next. It's like if I did jujitsu and I did taekwondo, go to judo, it's like if I keep on hopping from all those things, I wouldn't be proficient in one, if that makes sense. Instead of learning how to do one, say we'll use Josh Waitzkin as an example, being a master at chess, right? Completely, staying focused on one thing, him going to do all these tournaments, learning, speaking with different people, having trials and tribulations with chess. And after that road kind of closes, going to the next one instead of just hopping around. I feel like that's something that I kind of just, learned from that as well. And I know I'm talking about a lot of things right now, but I feel like those are the kind of the main concepts that I learned from today. Kind of just relaxing in high intense situations, kind of appreciating the moment as well, and then staying focused and listening to one kind of channel instead of bringing other ones in. So I know I was everywhere right now, but that's kind of how videos like this go. But if you guys had any thoughts or anything while watching this, please let me know in the comments down below. Shoot a like, subscribe, and yeah, if you guys are ordering NyQuil, make sure you have that ID. That's all I gotta say. So we out. I'll talk to you guys in the next episode. Peace.